Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, we're doing a subscriber giveaway. We'll be doing a giveaway on the 1st and the 15th of every month for $50 for a random subscriber. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, comment on any video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win. And once you do it once, you're entered for life. And it's going to be on the 1st, 15th of every month. A random subscriber will be chosen to win $50. As you grow, that money will go up. So go ahead, subscribe, comment to enter. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the WNBA coverage. It is your boy, Coach Strib, and my phenomenal co-host, Coach Diesel. And those of y'all that have been with us all season, you already know how we rock. And we're going to go over some standings, statistical leaders, and then go over the playoff picture as it's winding down, performance alerts, league news, etc., etc. So let's get straight into it. Standings in the East, we got Atlanta Dream at 1, 2 games above New York Liberty. New York Liberty at 2, Indiana Fever at 3, Washington Mystics at 4, Connecticut Suns at 5, Chicago Sky at 6. In the West, we got Minnesota Lynx at 1, Las Vegas Aces at 2, Phoenix Mercury at 3, Golden State Valkyrie at 4, Seattle Storm at 5, LA Sparks at 6, Dallas Wings are at 7. Statistical leaders, Nafisa Collier at 23.5 points per game, rebounds per game, Angel Reese 12.6, assists per game, Alyssa Thomas 9.2, steals per game, Gabby Williams 2.3, blocks per game, Aja Wilson 2.2, field goal percentage, Hamby at 57.6, free point percentage, Lena Rupert 46.8, free throw percentage, Sabrina Anosku at 93.2, minutes per game, Kelsey Plum 35.4, and turnovers per game, Angel Reese at 3.9. Overall standings, we got a little bit of movement again, like we've kind of seen the past few weeks. Minnesota Lynx at 1, Las Vegas Aces slide up to that number 2 spot. They outtake Atlanta Dream. Phoenix Mercury at 4, New York Liberty at 5, Golden State Valkyrie are up 1 at 6, Indiana Fever is up 1 at 7, Seattle Storm drops 2 spots to that 8th seed, and LA Sparks are still the first team out from the playoff picture. Western Player of the Week, Alyssa Thomas averages triple-double, 13.7 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, shout out. And then East Player of the Game, Ryan Hard, 21.5 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists there for the East. Performance alerts. Only have a few. Obviously, could have gone a lot more, but really just got 4 big ones. We got Aja Wilson, 34 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 4 blocks, 61% from field goal range. The W there for Atlanta. Aaliyah Boston, this was the day of our last taping. She finished with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals in their win against Indiana's Fever's win against Seattle Storm. Hamby, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals in their win for LA Sparks win against Seattle Storm. And Ryan Howard, 24 points, 6 blocks, 6 blocks.
Jeez.
5 assists, and the Dreams win over Dallas Wings. And of course, MVP odds are pretty much the same. The Nafisa Collier sitting at 1, Aja Wilson at 2, Alyssa Thomas at 3, Sabrina Osku at 4, and Alicia Gray at 5. I'm going to open it up, Coach Diesel. What are we seeing as we get closer here to the playoffs?
Obviously the top 8 rankings are still shifting. The Aces are still hot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Indiana Fever, Seattle Storm, and LA Sparks are all fighting, and especially Indiana Fever without Caitlin.
Yeah.
They're really hanging in there. Valkyrie's doing good. New York Liberty, I'm kind of surprised at how much they've kind of, I wouldn't say fallen off, but
It feels like they've let their foot off the gas a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like there hasn't been any, like, in my opinion, competitive fire yet. That, or it's diminished, like you said, a little bit. Um, and I mean, really, besides that, things are kind of starting to, I would say, pan out the way we predicted. the MVP race is still really interesting to me because I feel like it could go either way, especially now with how Las Vegas is playing and how Asia is carrying the team. What were they at one point, like sixth in the overall rankings?
Oh, at one point they were early on in
Maybe.
the season. They were like ninth.
Yeah, and now they're second
Yeah.
overall. 12 games won in a row, and Asia has like 30-point games in 10 of those 12 games. So the way she's playing is insane. Obviously, Nafisha Collier is still staying consistent. But I see here you got the on this discussion for the plan with Clark with
Yeah.
Caitlin.
So I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If so, um, Caitlin Clark obviously is like the superstar of the WNBA. She's one of the faces of the NBA, the WNBA. She's one of the faces of the WNBA. She's like the superstar. And she rookie year had a phenomenal rookie year, historical rookie year. This year she was on pace to do well, but she's been riddled with injuries. She's only played 13 games this year. She's played less than half the games this year. And I think they're still expecting her because she was doubtful or she was questionable last game that they
Mm-hmm.
had. So there was some energy about it that she might play, she might not. If you're the Indiana Fever, what do you do with Clark? Do you if because they moved up a spot, they're up one now. They're not at the eighth spot, they're at seven. There's
Mm-hmm.
the last game, the last day of the regular season is September 11th. So you have nine
Yes,
days
next
left.
week.
Right, you have 9 days left. Do you shut her down and make sure she's ready come game one of the first series of the playoffs, assuming you can hold that seven or eight spot? Or do you still get her back to maybe get some limited minute playing time? Last couple games. Maybe you don't start her. Maybe you're not
Mm-hmm.
in the mentality of okay, we have to win these games, but maybe you get these last couple games like just more kind of like reps. Maybe you limit her to 20 minutes, but just to get her back because she's been out for a good minute.
Yeah, a minute, especially because she was doing well, and then she got hurt in practice, so that
Right.
set her back, like more than it should have. Honestly, that's a good question because we both played sports, obviously, and we athlete mentalities. You always want to try to play through it, even though it's not smart. Personally, if I was a trainer or coach on the Fever, the way they're playing now without her, I think they'll be okay. If they don't necessarily, I wouldn't say push for her to come back, but
Mhm.
even limit her minutes. I think they'll be okay in holding the seventh or eighth spot. Um, but if you're coming from more of like they want to make sure they do secure this spot.
Mhm.
Honestly, the only games I would possibly play her in or limit her minutes in are the must-win games. Like if they have to play Seattle Storm again, I would play her a maybe 15-20 minutes in there
Right.
just to have her fingerprints in the game and kind of get the feel back. But the last thing the Indiana Fever wants to happen is even in those, say, 20 minutes that they do decide to play her. I mean, it's basketball, it's contact sport. Um, Anything can happen. So the last thing that Indiana Fever want to have is her playing not 100% healthy, maybe 70-80%, and she either re-injures the same injury or she injures something else.
Mhm.
And then she's done for the playoffs. That would be the worst. So honestly, it's a toss-up. In my opinion, I can see it going either way. But if I was in Caitlin Clark's shoes, I would have to bite the bullet and just trust in my teammates enough and how they're playing and holding that spot because they did move up a spot, so that's good. So I would, as Caitlin Clark, as the leader I know she is, I would trust in my teammates to hold that spot for me and just focus on recovering and getting my body right for playoffs. I mean, that's what I would do, and that's what I hope the team, like the staff and the doctors and Caitlin all talk out because the last thing anyone wants to see is her come back, force it, and either get injured worse or just have to push it back. Like, say they do make the playoffs and she can't come back till round two if they do make
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Like that'll be the worst. So,
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's a tough situation. Now, I do believe they only have 4 or 5 games left, and of those 4 or 5, the schedule's not that tough. So I think if they shut her down the rest of the season, I think they could stay in the playoff picture. I don't because with I mean they're still playing pretty decent basketball with
mhm,
Leah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell absolutely on
mhm.
fire. So I think they can continue that momentum. Quick segue. Besides Minnesota Lynx, besides New York Liberty, the two teams that were in the championship last year, and besides Las Vegas Aces, who are the teams you think could make a legit playoff run to the finals? Regardless of where they are in the top 8, what team do you think has the talent to potentially go on just a deep playoff run and potentially make it to the finals, excluding the teams that went last year and obviously Las Vegas
And
Aces
then
because they're dynasty.
yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say um the Mercury. I can see the Mercury making it, even Atlanta. And then
Those are two I was thinking.
yeah, and then kind of piggybacking on the, of course, the like people say the script writers, the thing that everyone would love to see is Caitlyn coming back healthy, and then by the grace of God, Indiana making it to the.
Yeah, it'd be yeah,
Obviously, I
yeah,
don't know if that will happen. It probably won't happen, but I mean, that would be great considering um just how Caitlin Clark has adjusted to the WNBA and the impact she's had with her team. But I mean, who knows the way they're playing right now, and they could still make a deep playoff run. But the two I think would be the Mercury and the Dream. Because they're kind of like the silent killers right now. Like they're playing great, but you got teams like the Liberty, Minnesota, and Aces that have the superstar power that are overshining like the other teams that are playing great, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. They have the star power. They're getting the media coverage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Atlanta and Mercury, like they're getting media coverage, but like you said, like when you talk New York Liberty, they're the defending champs. So and they've been good for a hot minute, and they're the defending champs. You talk about Aces who have the multi-time MVP. Talking about in my opinion the best player in the WNBA right now, and you got back-to-back championships and Aja Wilson, and then obviously you got Minnesota Lynx who went to the finals
Finals.
last year, and then there with Nafisa Collier being the MVP runner up, Atlanta doesn't have anybody at that tier in terms of like stardom. They got dogs,
Hmm.
but in terms of just the hype, they're kind of flying. I don't want to say they're flying under the radar because they're really not. Like people are recognizing that they're playing good basketball, but like you said, I think it's just tough because it's almost like it's almost it. it sounds like a knock on them, but it's because they play really good team ball. They're doing it by committee. Where
Exactly. Yeah.
Aces, again, yes, Aces are also playing good team ball, but you can look at AJ Wilson and be like, she's the guy. You can go to New York and be like, Sabrina, Stewie, even Jacquel Jones, like she's balling.
Hmm.
The, those are the guys. You can look at Nafisa
Minnesota.
Collier in Minnesota. That's the guy. And with Atlanta, obviously they got Ryan Howard who's balling. You also have
Yeah.
Brittany Griner who's really dominant and defensively in the post, and but they really play team ball. Like Phoenix, yes, they have the triple double queen with Alyssa Thomas, but they really do it by committee. I think that's one reason why it feels like they're flying under the radar.
Yeah, like that's why that's why I say that the Atlanta and Phoenix, I kind of just now said that they're kind of like the silent killers. Is that
Yeah,
they're playing good enough or not good enough? They're playing great, but it's just you have the Asia Wilsons, the Sabrina, the
they're the
Nafisa.
faces of the WNBA.
Yeah,
You're naming like the upper
yeah,
echelon
and
of the
so
league.
I mean, you have other teams that are playing phenomenal. It's just that the stars are playing like the stars, so it's hard to get the recognition from
Yeah,
everyone else. But yeah, that's a good question. But I do think the Atlanta Dream and the Phoenix Mercury can have a good chance if they continue to play the way they are and don't get scared by the bright lights.
agreed, agreed. I got one more question.
Mhm.
There, hang on. Let me look at my calendar. Look at my calendar. Next Thursday is
Mhm.
the last day of the regular season. So we have, like I said, 9 days before the season is over, right? We've had movement. When it's all said and done, do you think there's gonna be some drastic movement between that 6 to 9, or do you think it's pretty much set for the most part in terms of who's in and who's not? What are you thinking?
Six. Seeing Golden State move up there that quick, especially from where they are. Obviously, they've had help because in Caitlin Clark's hurt, Seattle Stars playing
Yeah,
Um,
the other teams are kind of they're the teams ahead of them were kind of losing. They're kind of
yeah,
losing their lead instead of Valkyries
yeah.
necessarily taking it. If that makes sense.
But at the same time, I still think the way Golden State has played all season, that they'll be okay at the sixth spot,
Mm,
unless some wild thing happens and Caitlin Clark comes back and they win four in a row or whatever, how many
right.
games they have left.
Yeah.
Um, but I definitely think 7 through 9 can change. Either Indiana completely just falls apart and the Sparks sneak in, and it'll be the Sparks in Seattle. Did I say that right?
Uh,
Or there would have to be one more team.
no, if they slide down too, yeah, it'd be
Okay, yeah.
Seattle and Sparks. Yeah,
Yeah,
they slide
okay.
in.
So, I mean, yeah, if Indiana just completely falls apart, same thing with Seattle. So I think 7 through 9 can be a lot of movement. Think Golden State at 6 is kind of got it locked down. Um, but yeah, in my opinion, 7 through 9, I feel like we're gonna, especially the last like 2, 3 games, it's gonna come down to like who wins, who loses, and this is who's in.
Right.
It can literally
Yeah.
come down to that.
Like
Um,
like last year.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would like to see the Sparks come in because Kelsey Plum is one of my favorite players, and it's good to see Cameron Brink back and healthy. Yeah, yeah,
I want to get a plum LA jersey for sure. I want to
yeah.
get one. I'll
It's
get one
tough.
eventually.
Yeah, Plum's one of my favorite players, and then it's good to see Cameron Brink back, playing healthy since she got hurt like first week of the season last year. So,
Yeah, I'm curious to see because I know she's on a minutes restriction right now,
mhm.
and she's not. I think she's coming off the bench with like minute restriction. She only played. She's been. I want to say for the majority of the game, she's been limited to under 20, like 15,
Yeah,
15-ish
I've heard
minutes.
and seen that too, is that she hasn't started this entire
Yeah,
season.
but it's good to see her healthy on the court. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree. I'll be honest. I want the Sparks in there as somewhere. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who I'd rather take out, to be honest, but for some way, somehow, I want the Sparks to slide into the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I would rather have the Sparks at 8 over Seattle.
Have Seattle
Um,
be first team out.
yeah, still kind of want to see um Indiana stay in the playoffs and hopefully Caitlin Clark can come back and they can make some noise and make something happen. But
Yeah.
hmm
Well, we will see here soon. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we got one more pod next week. And then after that, we are in the playoffs. All right. Oh, and also stay on the Zoom after I end the thing. I'll just stop the recording. But this has been
okay.
another episode of the WNBA coverage. We'll catch you guys next week.